1.
Boom! And welcome to the Big Honker Podcast today, brought to you by Boss Shot Shells. Check them out at bosshotshells.com. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shaver.
Get those shells headed your way. Hunting season's right around the corner, and it's turkey season right now.
Okay, today is April 3rd. And April 3rd has got a couple of different things that we're going to talk about. And the first one we're going to talk about is the event that happened. In 1974, we had a super tornado outbreak, like they're going to have again today, too.
That's right.
And so it's
right in Tornado Alley.
Yep. It was the most violent tornado outbreak ever recorded, with 30 F4, F5 rated tornadoes confirmed. There were 148 tornadoes confirmed in 13 U.S. states and the Canadian province of Ontario. In the United States, the tornadoes struck Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, and New York. And we call that the Dixieland, but it went up further north also, but it was kind of the Dixie type area. The outbreak extensively damaged approximately 900 square miles along a total combined path and length of 2,600 miles. At one point, as many as 15 separate tornadoes were occurring simultaneously. The 1974 super outbreak was the first tornado outbreak in recorded history to produce more than 100 tornadoes in a 24-hour period. So that is the actual thing that happened. That was the event. And the largest tail was 2.5 inches at Abraham Lincoln International Airport in Lincoln, Illinois. The highest gust of wind for a non-tornadic was 85 miles an hour in Oklahoma. And the highest winds for a tornado was in Xenia, Ohio, and the winds were 305 miles an hour.
Good Lord.
One of the longest ground standing tornadoes we've ever had, and 300-mile-an-hour winds.
That is insane.
And that happened in 1974. And you know they did not have the capability to let you know what was happening before. A bad deal. And Xenia, Ohio is probably the worst tornado ever, but nobody ever talks about it because it was before times of a lot of technology. But 300-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, my person that was born today has a song, hit song. Let me see if you know who the song's. Donkashane. Do you know who sings that?
Nope.
Donkashane is recorded by a gentleman named Carson Wayne Newton. Do you know who Wayne Newton is?
I do.
Mr. Las Vegas. Actually, he's in a Roseanne episode. He's an American singer and actor, one of the most popular singers in the United States from the mid to late 20th century. Newton remains one of the best-known entertainers in Las Vegas and has performed there since 1963. He is known by other nicknames such as the Midnight Owl and Mr. Entertainment. As a teenager, Mr. Wayne Newton first performed in Las Vegas in the late 1950s and was mentored by some of the nation's biggest artists, including Frank Sinatra, Bobby Darin, and Elvis Presley. In 1963, he achieved headliner status at the Flamingo, a casino hotel in Vegas, and soon became one of the city's most popular performers. The Washington Post described Newton as America's #1 nightclub act, and his peak being more prominent in Vegas than both Sinatra and Presley. He was in Bonanza.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on set. He played Andy was the guy's name. He was a singer, and he played in there. And he was on set, and he met Elvis Presley. And Elvis was filming another show, same studio, I guess. And they become really good friends, were lifetime friends. And he became friends with Bobby Darin. Well, Darin had got the song Donkashane given to him, and he gave it to Wayne Newton, and that became his iconic deal. But anyways, he was the first really big headliner outside of the Rat Pack.
Right.
And as you know, Sammy Davis died, Sinatra died, he kind of took over, and he was Mr. Las Vegas. And everybody that go to Vegas all the time used to go to see Wayne Newton.
Oh, yeah. You got to go see Wayne.
So anyways, Wayne Newton was my gentleman that was born. My gentleman that died on this day. I'm going to pull up to the top so I got to it. Was a gentleman named... I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna play a little trivia with you. Who was the all-time winningest football coach until just recently? Joe Paterno passed him by one game, and a gentleman at a Division III school ended up beating him. But he was the. If I told you there was a coach out there that put 200 guys in the NFL, he had 3 players who would later be inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He coached the first black quarterback in college to win a Super Bowl, and the first black quarterback to start at quarterback in the NFL. Who would I be talking about?
Bud Ryan.
Who the hell's Bud Ryan?
Rex Ryan's dad.
No. Buddy Ryan.
Yeah, Bud.
No, he never coached college football, I don't think.
Oh, I thought he did.
No. A gentleman named Eddie.
People that knew him always called him Bud.
Okay,
People that
excuse
don't know him called him Buddy. So
Eddie Robinson.
never heard of him.
Didn't they? Was an American football coach for 56 years from 1941 to 1942. A couple of years for the war. From 45 to 97, he was the head coach at Grambling State University, historically black university in Grambling, Louisiana. During a period in college football history when black players were not allowed to play for Southern college programs, Robinson built Grambling State into a small college football powerhouse. He retired in 97 with a record of 408, 165, and 15.
Wow.
He was inducted in the College Football Hall of Fame in 1997. He's one of the most respected men there is. He was born in Jackson Parish, in East Felicia Parish in southern Louisiana, to the son of a sharecropper and a domestic worker. He graduated in 1937 from McKinley Senior High School in the capital city of Baton Rouge and briefly attended Southern University there. He then played quarterback and earned his bachelor's degree in English at unaccredited Leland College in Baker, Louisiana, before obtaining his master's degree from the University of Iowa in Iowa City. So what's interesting, he began coaching his career at Louisiana Negro Normal and Industrial Institute, which is now Grambling State. He applied for the job and was hired by the school's president and baseball coach, Ralph Waldo Emerson Jones. In his first year, the team went 3-5-1, but the following season, the first year he got to recruit his own players, they went 9-0, unbeaten, untied, and unscored upon.
Whew.
Robinson returned to the field in 45 and remained at school, which became Grambling College in 46 and Grambling State in 73 until his retirement. He retired as a career leader in wins at 408 for a college football head coach before being surpassed by John Gagliardi and Joe Paterno at 409. More than 200, blah, 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 blah. I already told that about that. Some enormous publicity attended Robinson's record-breaking win with Grambling State in 85. Some observers feared that the coach would become the target of white hatred, such as Henry Aaron had when he broke Babe Ruth's home run record. Instead, Robinson reported he did not receive a single hate letter, even from the legion of Southern fans who worshipped Bear Bryant. When he asked if his record was somehow tarnished by the fact that his teams played most of his games against Division I 2A caliber, Robinson told Sports Illustrated, "I grew up in the South. I was told where to attend elementary school, where to attend junior high school, where to attend high school. When I became a coach, I was told who I could recruit, who I could play, where I could play, and when I could play. I did what I could within the system." He added that his philosophy had always been whatever league you're in, whatever level, win there, and he did win. Eddie Robinson had several jobs other than football coach, including teaching at Grambling High School and coaching the girls' basketball team during World War II. His girls' team lost the state championship by 1 point. He also coached boys' basketball, baseball, directed the band, and was in charge of the cheerleaders with a budget of $46.
Ooh.
In the days of segregation, Robinson had the pick of most of the good black high school football players in Louisiana, usually dividing them with Southern, a major reason why the game between the two schools was a major in-state rivalry long before it was moved to New Orleans as the Bayou Classic in 74. He was able to maintain his success for much of the time after integration, recording just one losing season between 1960 and 1990. However, after 3 consecutive losing seasons in the mid-90s, pressure mounted for the now 78-year-old coach to resign. Fellow coach Joe Paterno is quoted in the Grambling State Press Guide as saying, "Nobody has ever done or will do what Eddie Robinson has done for the game. Our profession will never, ever be able to repay Eddie for what he has done for the country in the profession of football." So anyways, that's my person who passed away is Mr. Eddie Robinson, one of the great football coaches, and the new generation does not know who he is.
No.
Great dude. So,
They don't.
anyways,
I had no idea.
and that's sad. but
Sad,
it's
sad,
life.
sad.
Anyways, that's April 3rd in the history of the United States. The big tornado at Xenia, Mr. Eddie Robinson, and Mr. Wayne Newton. Thank you. God bless you. And have a great day.
Love you. Bye. Watch for deer.